So on the screen, all of you can see human female reproductive system. So in this, we have to see the diagram carefully. You can see that human female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovary. This is one ovary and this side another ovary. One pair of ovary, one ovary on each side. And connected with the ovary is a funnel-shaped structure, tubular funnel-shaped structure that you see here where my cursor is moving. This is called the oviduct. So with each ovary, oviduct is connected, which is initially in the beginning it is funnel shaped, and beyond the funnel shape a tubular structure is continuing. So this is called as oviduct or fallopian tube. So from both the sides, oviduct or fallopian tube are connecting and meeting in the center. So another important structure is the uterus, bag-like structure. It is a big muscular bag-like structure where the growth of the fetus takes place. So this is called as uterus. And the opening of the uterus is called as cervix, and the cervix opens to the outside of the reproductive body, which is called as vagina. So these are the main important components of human female reproductive system. Now, one more important thing is that the ovary, at the time of the birth, the ovary has numerous small immature eggs, but they are non-functional. When the body growth takes place complete, when the human body reaches the age of puberty, that is around 15, 16 years, or may start in different type of areas, different puberty age may be categorized. So the onset of puberty may be from 13 years of age also. So at the time of puberty, the ovary starts maturing up and is capable of producing the female reproductive germ cell that is called as the egg or ova. So alternately, every month, one egg or ova cell is released from the ovary. And when the egg cell or ova is released, it moves from the ovary to the oviduct, this structure or fallopian tube, and they travel through the fallopian tube and move forward. And if the sperms have entered the female reproductive system through the natural process of mating, then the sperms travel from the vagina and they move up. As you know that the sperms are the male reproductive cells or male germ cells, and if they have reached the fallopian tube, then they may fertilize the egg cell which is there in the fallopian tube. So fertilization will take place, and the result, fertilization is the fusion of male and female germ cell. So after fertilization, zygote is formed, and this zygote gets implanted in the inner layer of the uterus. This colored layer that you are seeing, this is the inner layer of the uterus, and it is called as, and this area is called as endometrium. So the fertilized egg, now forming zygote, gets implanted in the uterine wall, which is endometrius. So here it gets implanted, and then it starts developing. The zygote cells starts dividing and forming group of cells or bunch of cells, which we call as embryo, and then the embryo further develops into a complete human baby, or you can say a complete fetus. So this is how, if the eggs are fertilized, then this is the result of the fertilized egg, that the fetus develops, the human baby develops. In case the eggs are not fertilized, then what happens that when the ovary releases the egg, at that time the walls of the uterus become thickened. Every time the ovary releases an egg or ova cells, the wall of the uterus thickens and gets richly supplied with blood to nourish the this preparation of uterus is to nourish the growing zygote. In case the zygote is formed, to nourish the zygote or the developing embryo, this type of change takes place in the uterus. But this will be useful if the eggs have got fertilized, and if the egg has got fertilized and it is implanted in the uterine wall. In case the eggs are not fertilized, then slowly the eggs survive for a day or two and it moves down, and the wall of the thick wall of the uterus, which was richly supplied with blood, slowly, gradually, the thick wall of the uterus breaks down and releases secretions like mucus and some blood. And this mucus and blood then comes out of the uterus through the cervix and out through the vagina from the human female reproductive system. And this process is called as menstruation. So this is what happens if the egg is not fertilized. Menstruation will take place, and menstruation is a cycle which takes place in human female, grown-up human female, means the female, human female which has attained the puberty age. The menstruation cycle starts and it continues till the age of 50 or beyond. It depends upon person to person also. There are many other reasons also responsible for us, but on an average from puberty till the age of 50 to 55, it continues. And this menstrual cycle repeats after every month. So it is called a cycle. And along this menstrual cycle is nothing but the periodic removal of the egg cell which has not been fertilized, along with the mucus and the blood.